this video, I'm going to be specifically making it for my M104 class at IUK. We're going to take a look at squaring a binomial, and this would be topics out of section 5-2b or overall section 5-2. Alright, now, there are formulas that you can use for squaring a binomial, and here they are. I'm going to work both of these examples out using this formula. If you want to memorize the formula, it works really nice, and it really will work nice if you then later go into factoring, and it's going to help your factoring if you do memorize these. Alright, after I work these two examples, I will show you how you can multiply two binomials, or in other words, square a binomial without actually using the formula. Okay, so basically what this says here is if I've got something, some quantity plus another quantity, and I'm squaring it, then I can take the first term and square it. I can put a plus sign down because it was a plus sign here. I can take 2 times a times b. That will be my middle term. I can put a plus sign down, and then I can take the last term and I can square it. Alright, and the only difference in the minus one is the first symbol here is a minus to match what's in the original problem. This remains a plus. Okay, so if you are good at this, it's a quick way to square a binomial. Alright, so I am going to show a lot of steps here just so we can get the idea of this formula. Okay, so this formula says take my a term and square it. So that 3x term and then square it. Alright, then it says to take 2 times a times b, so 2 times the a term, which is the 3x, and then times the b term, which is a 2y. Alright, and then squaring the last term, so 2y, and then squaring that. Alright, now I did go ahead and show that line of work. If you can do this in your head, it makes it quicker, but initially when you're first learning this, you're going to want to show that line. Now, the common mistake here is people forget to square the 3 that is in front. Alright, everything inside there is being squared. Laws of exponents, power raised to a power. So really, this one turns out to be a 9x squared. Alright, I need to multiply all 3 of those numbers together, so 3 times 2 times 2, that's going to give me a 12xy in the middle, and then squaring here, again, not forgetting to square that coefficient as well, that's going to give me a 4y squared. Alright, so it is, even if you write out that middle line, it is a relatively fast procedure here. Alright, now let's go ahead and do it with this one as well. I'm going to square the first term, okay, so 2x, and I'm going to square it. Since it is a minus, my formula says that I will have a minus here instead of plus. Alright, I'm still going to take 2 times whatever the first term is, which is the 2x, times the 8. Alright, and then plus the second term squared. Okay, so here, again, don't forget to square the coefficient in front, so this turns out to be a 4x squared. Multiplying 8 times 2 times 2 right there is going to give me a 32x, and then squaring that 8 on the end is going to give me a 64. Alright, so again, relatively quick using the formula. Now, let's suppose that you don't memorize these formulas and you're just looking at this from a mathematical standpoint here. Alright, this quantity right here, let's just do it again here. Let's do 2x minus 8 quantity squared. If you understand what a quantity squared means, it means you're taking this base and multiplying by itself. So it's really saying a 2x minus 8 times a 2x minus 8. Alright, I'm taking the base and I'm multiplying it by itself. Alright, and then if you have early on already learned how to multiply polynomials, then you're going to look at this and go, oh yeah, this is just FOIL. I'm going to multiply the first terms and the outside terms and the inside terms and the last terms, and hopefully you are already familiar with that FOIL. Alright, but if I do it in this manner, multiplying the first terms, I'm going to get a 4x squared. Multiplying outside terms, I'm going to get a minus 16x. Inside terms, minus 16x. Outside terms, or last terms, plus 64. Putting those two middle terms in together, I get the 4x squared minus the 32x plus the 64, which is exactly the same answer that we did by using the formula. Okay, so I just generally always tell my students, we have to memorize a lot in math, so if you don't want to memorize these, there is a way you can technically multiply or square a binomial, square the same binomial, multiply the binomial times the binomial without knowing these formulas. All right, so definitely just a couple quick examples there demonstrating the formula. So if you want to use that and do it that way, you're more than welcome to do that. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please share with your friends so they benefit too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.